Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. It is my Euro 2020 predictions video, or if you want you can call it Euro 2021. So let's just get straight into it. I know a lot of YouTubers have already made their predictions videos already. I'm a little bit late coming to the table with this one, but let's get straight into it with Group A, which features Switzerland, Turkey, Wales and Italy. So difficult one to predict, this one. Looking at the scores, Italy against Turkey takes place on Rome this Friday, so I think the Italians are going to get off to a very good start in this group by beating Turkey 1-0, and I don't think Turkey are going to win any games in this tournament. I think Switzerland and Wales will actually beat them, so I'm going to put Turkey at the bottom of this table, unfortunately, even though they've been doing very well in the qualifying campaign and fixtures running up to this tournament. Switzerland, very good team as well, and Wales. Wales did very well in the last Euro Championships, of course, reaching the semi-finals, but tactically Wales have been playing with a false nine recently, which hasn't really worked out too well for them. Wales have looked a lot better when Kiefer Moore has been on the pitch. In the recent friendly with Albania, you could see first half false nine, they switched it up second half, brought on Kiefer Moore and played a lot better. So as long as the big man is on the field, I think Wales will do okay in this tournament. So I can see them finishing in third position. I think they'll beat Turkey, they'll get a draw against Switzerland, and they'll lose narrowly to Italy. So in second position, I put Switzerland. Yeah, very good qualifying campaign, excellent side. They should do well in this tournament, but they're coming up against an Italian team who won 10 out of 10 games in the qualifying period, and God knows when they last lost a fixture. So I am putting Italy up at the top of Group A. So moving on to Group B, we've got Russia, Belgium, Denmark and Finland. So in the first match, Denmark play Finland, and I think Denmark will come out victorious in that one. Next up, we've got Belgium playing Russia. Belgium, I can see Belgium winning 2-0. And the next set of fixtures for Group B, we'll see Finland coming up against Russia. I think Russia will actually come out on top in that fixture. I can see Russia beating Finland 2-1. Of course, that takes place at St. Petersburg in Russia, so a big advantage for the Russians there. Then we've got Denmark coming up against Belgium in Copenhagen, but I think Belgium will come out victorious in that fixture. And the final round of this in Group B, we've got Russia coming up against Denmark again in Copenhagen, which is a big advantage to Denmark, and I can see them winning 2-1. And we've also got Belgium coming up against Finland in that final round of fixtures for Group B, but I think Belgium will win that one. So ultimately, Finland with 3 losses, I'm going to see them finish in 4th position. In 3rd position, I've gone for Russia. In 2nd position, doing well with 2 victories, I can see Denmark. But in 1st position, very strong squad, of course, Belgium. Very good victory against Croatia in a recent friendly. I can see them in 1st position. How well they'll do in the tournament, I'm not so sure, especially with that aging defence and question marks with the likes of Eden Hazard on his form, etc. But Kevin De Bruyne, I think he was named Player of the Year, Kevin De Bruyne. Moving on now to Group C, we've got Austria, North Macedonia making their final tournament's debut. Of course, only been around, since the 1990s, their country. We've got Ukraine and we've got the Netherlands. Now, Group C, very tricky one to predict this one. I think in the opening match of this Group C, Austria take on North Macedonia, and I can see that one ending up in a draw, with the second match is between Netherlands and Ukraine, which I've gone for a 2-1 victory to the Netherlands against Ukraine. So ultimately in Group C, I've gone for Austria finishing bottom of the table. I don't see them making any strides in this competition at all. I actually see them losing twice and drawing once. Then I've gone for North Macedonia in their debut campaign. ending up in third position. I think they'll get a couple of draws and a loss. In second position, I've got sort of the dark horses of this group in the Ukraine, and I've gone for the Dutch in first position. I think they'll win all 3 of their matches in this group, even though Ukraine will give them a very good match. So Netherlands and Ukraine going through to the next phase from Group C. And next up, we've got Group D, and in Group D, very tough group, and we've got the oldest fixture as well in this one in world football between Scotland and England. So it all kicks off in Group D with England taking on Croatia at home for the English at Wembley, and I think they'll come through narrowly on that one, 1-0, whereas Scotland, they play on the 14th of June at home in Scotland, in Glasgow, against Czech Republic. I think that one will end up in the draw. So ultimately in this group, I've gone Croatia are going to finish bottom of this division. I think they're going to draw 2 of their matches and lose the other. Then I've gone for the Czech Republic, surprisingly, because before the tournament and looking at all the fixtures, I had them finishing top of this group, especially when they've given Belgium some very good matches recently. So I'm going to put Czech Republic in third position. I'm then going to put Scotland in second position. 1 victory and 2 draws. That victory I can see coming against England, would you believe?
Crazy! Amazing, I mean.
And I've gone for England, top of the table. I think they will finish this group on 6 points, 1 point ahead of Scotland, but I do see the English going through. Next up, we've got Group E. We've got Poland, Spain, Sweden and Slovakia. Another tough one to predict, but ultimately I think Slovakia will end up bottom of this group. So where do I see the first load of fixtures going? So first up, we've got Poland coming up against Slovakia. I think that one will end up in a draw. It is going to be a very tight opening to the tournament campaign in Group E. And in the other match, I've gone for a 2-0 victory for Spain over Sweden. But ultimately in this group, I've got Slovakia ending up in 4th position. I've got them finishing with 2 losses and a draw. Next up in 3rd position, Lewandowski is not going to be able to save them. I've got them finishing in 3rd position there. In 2nd, I've gone for Sweden, and I think Sweden are going to win 1, draw 1 and lose 1. And top of the table, I think Spain are going to steamroll Group E, and I've gone for 3 victories for them. Next up, we come to what you could say is the group of death, which is Group F. Got Portugal, France, Germany and Hungary. So the opening fixtures for this sees Hungary coming up against Portugal, and I can see Portugal easily winning this one, but I think it's going to be tight because it is in Budapest home, so they're in familiar surroundings, and they'll give Portugal a real good test. This could even finish up in a draw, but ultimately I'm going to go for a 1-0 victory to Portugal in this one. And in the other match, we've got France coming up against Germany. Ultimate heavyweights of European football, but with France, with the firepower of Benzema and Mbappe up front, I can see them beating Germany 2-1 in this fixture. So overall, I can see Hungary finishing bottom of this group with 3 defeats, not scoring a goal either, and 5 goals against. In 3rd place, I've gone for Portugal. Very difficult one, you know, this to predict, but I've gone Portugal on 3 points. In 2nd, I've gone for Germany, and top of the tree, I've gone for France. I think they'll win all 3 matches in that Group F. So moving on from the group stage, we got to predict the 4 best 3rd place team, and as I've gone through every single fixture on, you know, each and every score, this is what I've come up with. I've gone for Wales to get through from Group A. I've actually gone for Portugal to go through from Group F. I've got Russia to go through from Group B. And narrowly sneaking into the next round, I've gone for the Czech Republic, who qualify from Group D. So Wales, Russia, Czech Republic and Portugal to proceed to the next round and the knockout stages. So on to round 16, and we've got Belgium coming up against Czech Republic. Now I'm sure they've recently played each other, and Czech Republic gave Belgium a very, very good game. How do I see this one going with the array of talent in Belgium? You've got to fancy Belgium. I think it is going to be a close-ish game, but ultimately I can see Belgium going through 2-0. The next match sees Italy paired up with Ukraine, and I think this is going to be a straightforward victory for the Italians, and I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory against Ukraine in that one. Next we've got France coming up against Russia. France ever so strong. Russia are going to give them a good game, but ultimately I think the French will win this one 2 or 3-0. I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory there. Next we got Scotland against Sweden. Now this is interesting. This one is going to be very tight, but I think the talent that Sweden have got, I think Scotland are going to, be very good in this one. Could Scotland get through to the quarters? No, I think Sweden will, just. It could go to extra time and penalties, this match. Then we've got Spain against Wales. Wales going to do ever so well to get through to this match. Gareth Bale will be well up for this one, especially playing his trade in Spain, of course, with Real Madrid. But ultimately, the array of talent Spain have got one, and Wales, and the injury proneness of the likes of Aaron Ramsey, Bale and Joe Allen, I think Spain will come through this one unscathed, and I'm going to go for a 1-0 victory there. Yeah, Wales don't concede that many, but could be scoring goals will be their downfall, I think. And then we've got England coming up against the old enemy of Germany. Another game which could go to penalties, this one, but ultimately I think Germany are going to come through this one 2-1 to send the English packing and going home. Then we've got Netherlands coming up against Portugal. Portugal, fantastic squad depth, superb players throughout their ranks, and I can see Portugal winning this one 2-1. And in the final match of this round of 16, we've got Switzerland coming up against Denmark. Another one tight to call, but I think Switzerland are going to have a very good tournament. I'm probably wrong about that, but I'm going to go for a Switzerland victory against Denmark, which will put them through against Portugal in the quarterfinals. So the first of the quarterfinal fixtures sees Belgium coming up against Italy. Italy, fine form coming into it. Belgium, we know all about them, and I think they're ranked first in the world in the FIFA rankings as well, but I think they will come a cropper against Italy, and I can see the Italians coming through this one narrowly 2-1, which will put them into the semi-finals. France against Sweden, I think this is going to be a straightforward victory to France, and Sweden have done ever so well to get through to the quarterfinals. And in the other sort of half of the draw, we've got Spain coming up against Germany. Ooh, this is a difficult one. However, I think, Spain, very good team, but I don't think they've got enough firepower up front. So I think they've got the likes of Moreno there, or Moreno I should say, but yeah, apart from him there, they haven't got a lot of firepower, have they? So yeah, I'm going to go for a Germany victory in this one. I think they will get through to the semi-finals. And in the final fixture of the quarterfinals, we've got Portugal coming up against Switzerland. I think Portugal will get through to the semi-finals. So the two semi-finals, Italy against France and Germany against Portugal. So Italy against France, this is going to probably be the game of the tournament, but France are going to be well up for this one. Mbappe is improving all the time. Benzema on fire, looking absolutely fantastic. The midfield is brilliant. Defensively, they're fantastic too, and they've got a good goalkeeper. Italy are going to make life difficult for them, but I think France will come through to get to the final of the Euro 2020 tournament. And in the other half of the draw, a lot of people are tipping Portugal, but I think Germany are actually going to make it through to the final. And I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to Germany over Portugal, which leaves a France versus Germany final. Yeah, who do we think is going to win this one, guys? Well, I think France got the best squad of any team in the tournament. Germany can beat anyone, you could say, on their day, but they do come a cropper. So, they lost against North Macedonia recently as well. So even though I can see them beating the likes of Portugal and Spain on their way to the final, I'm going to go for a France victory, which will see France crowned as champions of Europe once again. They narrowly missed out last time out against Portugal, of course, but they will be my 2020, or if you like, 2021 winners. So there you have it, guys. Thanks for joining me once again. Leave in the comment section who you think will win Euro 2020. Give me your scores as well for some of the other matches. Who do you think is going to be the surprise of the tournament? Who do you think is going to be top scorer? I think it's going to be Mbappe. Thank you for joining me for another predictions video. I'll see you all in the next video. But for now, thanks for watching and I'll see you soon.